mindset. And so we've been reading from the book, The Top 10 Distinctions Between Winners and Whiners. This has been an amazing book, and we absolutely love it. And so to get us kicked off, we're going to start with distinction number 6. This says, winners listen twice as much as they talk, and whiners talk twice as much as they listen. So, Lynnette, talk to me about distinction number 6.
Well, Jill, I am so excited about this distinction because it really hit home for me. Winners listen twice as much as they talk, and whiners talk twice as much as they listen. You know, one of the most basic and powerful ways to connect with another person is to simply listen to them. And I swear one thing we can give people is our undivided attention. If there is one skill that we should aim to master, it is definitely the art of listening. See, God knew exactly what he was doing when he gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. I'm going to repeat that. He knew exactly what he was doing when he gave us 2 ears and 1 mouth. That means he simply intended for us to talk less and listen more. And I was reading through here, and it said winners know that by being an active listener, you will literally have deeper and more meaningful conversations, and you're able to connect with people on a deeper level. And another thing that stuck out to me is listening is not the same as hearing. Hearing refers to sounds that we hear, but listening requires more than that. It requires your absolute focus and attention. And, you know, simply when you're listening, it requires you to pay attention to body language, not only what is being said, but how the other person is saying it. You know, whiners approach listening like a game show, I find. You know, it's like as soon as the other person starts talking, we're ready to do what? Hit that buzzer and interrupt. You know, a person is just waiting to see where we can interrupt and put our opinions and impress people and show how much we know. And how many times have we been engaged in conversations and this happened to us? You can barely finish your sentence. You can barely share and really get what's on your heart out. You know, whiners are listening with their ego. And you have to, you know, for the most part, they have to have that need to be right or to just show how intelligent you are. So I want to say that this was really amazing. Winners know that when you're listening, you have to listen with your heart and not with your head. And it makes me think of my 8-year-old son. I have 3 children, and my 8-year-old is my youngest. And I often notice how we interrupt him when he's talking. You know, his older siblings, they barely let him finish his sentence, and it's a matter of not allowing him to be validated. When you don't listen to people, at the end of the day, you're not showing any sign of respect. And everyone wants to be heard and wants to be respected. I'll just leave you with this. To appear wise, one must talk, but to be wise, one must listen.
Lynnette, I love it. I love it. Folks, again, welcome to Momentum Mondays. We are actually discussing the book, The Top 10 Distinctions Between Winners and Whiners. She discovered distinction number 6. Winners listen. They listen twice as much. And I want to tell you, this is one that I've learned a lot about myself. I realized that I had an opportunity to listen more to my children also. And it hit me in the book when it said, interrupting someone is a lack of respect. I thought that was powerful because I didn't realize that's what I was doing if I would interrupt my 9-year-old son. Or I love when it talked about, Lynnette, when it said talking less increases your inner peace and allows you to hear that inner voice, right? And I'm like, that is so powerful. Winners understand that when you slow down and shut up, you can hear what he is saying, you can hear what you are saying, and you have more peace and less stress. I think that is absolutely powerful. This was an awesome section for me. Denita, did you have something on the power of listening?
Well, one of the things is that I learned is that listening is an art, and it is something that has to be practiced. So many of us, again, as Lynnette alluded to, want to be validated and heard, but I think in friendships, one of the things that I've learned is that it is a blessing and a skill set to be able to hear the other person's viewpoint. And I had a teacher, Mary Merson, I'll never forget her at Ivy Tech here in Fort Wayne, who told me one day, you are probably my most talented student in the class, but the one thing that I don't want to ruin you in your destiny is that you have to learn to value the other people at the table. I hear you. I know that you probably do know a little more on some areas. But the one thing I don't want you to miss or ruin is that your voice will get silenced among people when you are a leader if you can't hear them. And I just thought that was powerful. It was a moment for me in my life because, a lot of times I think as leaders, especially when we're being groomed and growing, we have to learn. That is a skill set, and it is a powerful one, and if you can obtain it, because, again, followers want to be valued. They have just as much to bring to the table as you as a leader. So it was a life lesson for me.
Absolutely, absolutely. We're talking about the power of listening, and we're talking about having momentum in your life. And we said to get momentum, you have to have the proper mindset. So we're breaking down this book, and the book is sharing, in order to have the proper mindset, you have to be able to listen. And a real winner listens, and we're learning that listening extends respect to the person that you're listening to, whether it's a coworker, a peer, a parent, or someone who's following you or on your team. Listening is a sign of respect. So we have actually distinction number 5. Winners enjoy life's journeys, and whiners put the joy in their destination. Michelle, tell me what you got from this particular chapter.
I got from this chapter that winners recognize the journey is there to develop them versus whiners that see that as an inconvenience. One of the things that hits home to me sometimes in my aim to accomplish a goal or accomplish a project, I'm more focused in the destination instead of allowing the process to happen, because in the process I'm learning, I'm growing, I'm focusing on the things that I need to correct in my life and grow from. I think of an assembly line, like a car dealership, how they make cars. They can't start with the headlights, then jump all the way to the hood of the car. It's intentional and purposeful that they have that assembly line, because as you're going through, you're understanding everything is working out for the good. You're putting the screws where they need to go. You're putting the hammer. Everything has a purpose. And through that journey, you should make light of it. You should have fun. You should enjoy that because you're gaining that momentum. Whiners, sometimes they quit. They quit easily because they don't allow the power of the joy to flow through that journey. They don't see the benefits right away. The Bible says that we walk by faith, not run by faith, not jump over by faith, not be complacent by faith. It's a walk. So it's not. We're not even jogging by faith. It's a walk. As we're constantly walking, we're gaining, we're understanding, we're enjoying life. And Jill, actually this week, the team, the Momentum team, we're going to provide some special videos this week of what we do in our journey to accomplish the goal. I'm excited about it.
Well, I love this particular one when it talks about winners enjoying the journey, Michelle, because to me the journey represents the process, like you talked about the car. I think of a cake baking in an oven, right? I mean, you can have all the perfect ingredients, but if you don't put them ingredients in a bowl and put the bowl in a pan and put the pan in the oven where heat is applied, let me pause right there. That's part of the process. The cake never becomes a cake without the heat, right? And so there are so many of us on the line today that need to understand winners embrace the heat of the journey. The heat shows up in life sometimes as a tragedy, as a misfortune, as a disappointment, as something that brings upsetness or you being ill. The process brings things that we don't always enjoy, but whiners see them as an inconvenience. Winners find out to embrace it and create joy around that. So I love this one because I firmly believe that winners embrace the process. Bishop, what do you think about that?
Well, Jill, I was thinking about one point that could easily be overlooked, and it talks about joy being a fuel and energy for the journey. The most expensive and luxurious automobile is absolutely worthless without fuel. You can sit in it, you can admire the Corinthian leather, you can admire all the trimmings and trappings of the vehicle, but it will never get you to your destination unless you fill it up and keep it full. So joy that we gain from the process is the fuel that moves us toward our destiny.
Let's chew on that one for a second. I'm so glad that you said that. So you're saying that embracing the process which is the stuff that we have to go through to get to our goal, whatever that is, creates joy. And the joy is the fuel that pushes us forward. Is that what I'm hearing you saying?
Almost, basically, joy is provided by the Lord as we undertake the journey, because God ordains the journey, and he does not want journey to be a miserable experience. So as we seek him on the journey, he provides the joy, but a lot of us are so find the journey so distasteful that we simply reject the process, and we typically quit on our own destiny. But if we go along the way, understand it's going to be tough. There's going to be some pitfalls in the road, but joy comes in the morning, even if weeping endures for a night. So it's God who provides the joy. Joy becomes the fuel and energy that moves the vehicle towards its destiny.
Come on, Bishop.
I love it. Denita, do you have something on that?
No, I think Bishop and even slayed the room. I'm out. I just can't.
I appreciate though his teaching on joy. Because that's not a word we use a lot, right? People try to reserve that for Sunday mornings, right? But joy does not have a place just on Sunday mornings. And as I'm reading the book, it says when you have that joy, it actually creates energy, which, like Bishop said, is the fuel that pushes you forward. And whiners don't focus on joy. Whiners live regretting the past, fearing the future, and whine about how hard life is. But check this out. And this was the passage I love the most. It says, winners create I'm paraphrasing, winners create their own weather. Winners create their own circumstances, even in the midst of the hard times. Now, I'm going to pause right there. I was like, wow, that set me on fire. Winners create their own weather. Lynnette, what do you think that means?
Well, at the end of the day, it could be storming and raining outside, but you can always find sunshine in whatever circumstance that you're going through. So, we determine what our day is going to be like. You create the weather. You determine that, and I love what Bishop said because, we whiners really find a way to allow people to steal their joy. And that is something that winners just will not allow. No one can steal your joy unless you let them steal your joy. So I loved it. I think that like you said, is something that could be overlooked. Again, focus on your joy and don't allow anyone to steal it.
Jill, may I comment on that 1 second?
Please.
The problem that we have with whiners is that they pursue happiness. Happiness is something that the word hap means chance. There's a chance that you'll experience that emotion, that feeling called happiness. But joy is a gift from God. It's guaranteed. And all we have to do is keep our mind fixed on him and seek him as we're supposed to, and he provides the joy for the most difficult circumstances. We want people to make us happy. And how can people who are rarely happy themselves make us happy? So it becomes a crapshoot every time. So winners pursue joy, while whiners pursue happiness.
Woo! Now that is a hashtag moment.
I'm getting ready to throw my phone, Jill.
Yes, that's a hashtag moment. Folks. So if you want to hashtag or dialogue with us, go to our Momentum Monday FB Facebook group, Momentum Monday FB Facebook group. So joy is guaranteed, right? So winners pursue joy, but whiners pursue happiness, and happiness is by chance. Boom. That's awesome. All right. My goodness. Distinction number 4, winners build friendships. Whiners destroy friendships. So, Denita, talk to me a little bit about this relationship thing. This was powerful.
Well, my first point is that, winners practice looking at situations from different perspectives, whereas whiners, on the other hand, almost always assume that their way is right. And that's when ego steps in. Just sit there a minute. How many of us, millions of friendships have been destroyed by egos? Because a lot of times the ego is a disrespect of humility. It's not important to them. And I had a friend last night in our discussion about the book tell me a quote that he had was like, humility is not you being your less self. Sit in that. It's not you being in your less self. It doesn't make you inadequate or less than. What it is the ability to learn and grow. It's the willingness to allow someone to be who they are and accept them right there, right in that way. It's also the power to love people unconditionally. How many of us can do that in our friendships today? And we want it done better to us. And see, the secret to friendship and the key to becoming a winner is humility. It's humility. Awesome. You know, and so my second point is that winners know when to be dependent, independent, and interdependent. Dependent, sometimes things happen, and it's out of your control. There's nothing you can do about it. So you got to learn that sometimes these friendships, you need to ride or die. You need somebody who can ride the wave and stand, you know, and stand with you on it. And then there are times when you got to stand on your own 2 feet. You know,
absolutely.
And wisdom is knowing exactly when to be dependent, independent, and interdependent. So let's just pause for a moment. Learning when to be interdependent is key to being a winner. Interdependency is what friendship is all about. The book said it's where miracles can occur. Come on, y'all. Being interdependent allows the wisdom and knowledge of both people to flow freely, allowing great things to happen. See, how many
love
of us do marriages, friendships, whatever, we want to just be able to flow freely. Whereas whiners, on the other hand, with interdependency, they usually want to be victims, arrogant. How many of us are around people, or are we that people? When you come to the table, are you the arrogant one? Are you the one who can't be interdependent? Just sit in it, people. My section might not get us cheering, but it's forcing us to think and look at ourselves.
You know, Denita, this is an awesome section, actually. I mean, this is the piece that a lot of us miss. This is about building the relationship, and you have actually given us so much to think about. You know, so when winners practice looking at things from different perspectives. You hit on something about humility, though, that I think we got to go a little deeper on in the last minute here. You said that to build relationships, you have to have humility. But you said humility is not about being your less self. I love that. It's not about being your less self, but it's actually just really extending respect to the person that you're building that relationship with. So I think that's really powerful. You talked about it's about the ability to learn and grow, and it's the willingness to allowing someone else to be exactly who they are. And so I think there's more to discuss here when it comes to building the relationships, because this is the piece I think that a lot of us miss. But like you said, Denita, the ego is what destroys a lot of relationships. That is very, very powerful. And this is so amazing, folks. This is Momentum Mondays. We never have enough time. We always keep you wanting for more. I want to thank all of you who have called in from all over. Fort Wayne, Indiana definitely showed out this morning. We had Chester in the house. We had Delaware. We had Wilmington. We had Newcastle, Delaware. We had Tampa, Florida. We had New Orleans, Detroit, Michigan, Huntsville, Alabama, Milwaukee, Wisconsin. I know I'm missing some folks, but I just want to thank you guys so much. I want you to invite you tonight to join us for the nightcap in our Facebook group, Momentum Monday Nightcap. So go to Facebook and ask to join. It's a closed group, so you have to be invited to the Momentum Monday Facebook group, and you'll see that we're issuing a 30-day challenge that will start at the end of this month. We only have 2 slots left. 2 slots left. So if you want to join our 30-day challenge group, and this will be a special group with special calls, special activities, and certain things to compress the timeline and help them reach their goals, you have to join. However, you have to go into the group, and you have to hashtag #CountMeIn30Day Challenge. Again, hashtag #CountMeIn 30-Day Challenge. We only have 2 spots left. This was amazing. Thank you for rolling with us today. Join us tonight. This is Momentum Mondays. Have a great day, everybody.
Have a great day.
Have a great day.
Let's open up the lines and let everybody say have a great day.
Day.
Have a great 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 day. Have a great day. Have a great day. Have a great day.
Have a great day. Love it.